Russ, what is the best thing that came out of that first game for you guys in terms of learning about what you got?
Well, I think some of the things we knew. I was extremely impressed with our wide-out play, extremely impressed with our quarterback play. We felt like those guys could make plays, and they showed up big time. I mean, we had multiple receivers play very, very well. Our quarterback, I thought, other than maybe, one, he had probably a couple poor decisions. One he got away with, they dropped, but maybe just one poor decision. You got to be – I mean – you get 652 yards and 34 points, you expect to win games and probably even score more points than that at 652. But so I was pleased with that. Hopefully we got some of the rust knocked off. It's a new coaching staff. We got to get used to the players. They got to get used to us. And I think probably we got that done too.
I know a lot of things are set up before you get here when you take a new job, but what do you think of playing the number 3 team in the country followed by the number 25 team in the country, both on the road to start the season?
I mean, it's tough. I mean, I think a lot of people talked about, the schedule was pretty demanding early, back-to-back flights, 2 really good teams. I was extremely impressed with Colgate. I watched that game when it was on TV, and to go that far and to beat a really, really good team says something about Colgate, no question about it. I think we probably should have played better at Sam Houston State. I wish we would have, but Sam Houston State had a lot to do with that too. I mean, they're really, really talented football team. So, yeah, I mean it's tough, but I think our guys are excited to do it. They were excited to go to Sam Houston State, and I know they'll be excited to go up to Colgate.
Coach, I know numbers-wise, Kyle looked mid-season form almost. What's it like having a guy like that under center that you can kind of – is it an extension of you on the field, so to speak?
Well, not me, because I don't do much with the offense. So, I think we had a good feeling he could be good. I mean, he was good last year. He was good the year before. We watched him on film. I saw a talented player there. So it didn't surprise me. It surprised me we threw for as many yards as we did. And a lot of that had to do with our wideouts too now. I mean, they were getting open. Kyle was putting it on them. You start to get chunks like that. We had, some really good catches. Guys made plays. I mean, we had one, I'd say as questionable call as you could get on another deep ball. I can't remember. Was it Brissett that caught that one? They called pass interference on him. I can't remember. But, not a very good call. But I guess I'm not supposed to say that. But, it was, that's another chunk. We got the ball on the 8-yard line going in. So, but it didn't surprise me about Kyle. It didn't really surprise me about our wideouts. I mean, I've been impressed with those guys the whole time.
Did you see any an excited drive from Kyle during the offseason coming off that injury? Just kind of just this one. Can you describe as a kind of 1-2 to get back and be a big part of this year?
Well, yeah. I mean, that would have been the question: is how's he come back and I guess he showed he was ready to come back and play. I actually thought he scrambled sometimes and got us a key first down or two. Got out of trouble in the pocket, which we knew he could do. I don't think we had any design quarterback runs for him in this game. That may change a little bit, but probably not a lot. But for him to knock the rust off and come back like that it's a credit to him too, because he prepares better than anybody on the football team, and it shows when he plays a game.
With this game and this team, when you review the film of last week's game, do you focus as much on what went well as what didn't go well, or you have to gauge it by the team, I know, but do you focus on what they did right more than what didn't go right, or is it the reverse true?
A little bit of both. We have to tackle better on defense. I mean, we have to, and we've been emphasizing that this week. Sometimes when you got such a long camp, you want to get to that first game healthy, So you kind of you let it slide. I had him coach, one of those. And as a coach, you probably say, yeah, why bang that shoulder in there, or why do that? And I think we came out, and I'll give our defense credit. I think they came out with a mentality that we have to do things. We have to put pads on. We have to wrap people up. Reed Chenault probably took a beating yesterday, a little bit more than he normally would have, and but we gotta do a better job there. I mean, they had 237 yards after tackle opportunities. I mean, that's a monster number. That's really unheard of, and so I think our defensive guys understand that. We won't have any more bad snaps this year. We trust and believe in Graham 100%, no question about it, and he'll put it on the numbers from here on out. So I'm not worried about that. So that'll help special teams out a little bit. So you improve from the first to second game. You see kind of where your weaknesses are in a game, and then you try to correct those.
Can you tell how much Colgate's run defense has improved, or maybe not, from last year, considering what they did to Cal Poly, who was one of the best rushing teams in the country last week?
I was shocked. Anytime you get a defensive effort like that against a triple option team of that caliber, I mean, I think it says a lot about the players that you have. I mean, you can scheme them up all you want, and you can kind of have, we've schemed triple option teams up multiple times because we played them for the last 8 years. And if you don't have players, you can scheme all you want, and you got no shot to stop them. And for them to hold them to 210 rushing yards tells you that they've got good players.
The after tackle opportunity, is that different from after contact?
Well, sometimes we miss a tackle and didn't have any contact. So if it would have been just after contact, it'd have probably been less yards. But we flat out missed them. Like, there was no contact and just missed them. So that's kind of why I said after tackle opportunity. After contact, I think if it was just after contact, I think when we got them, hands on them, we got them on the ground halfway decent. But we can't miss tackles in the open field like we did.
How much different of a defensive challenge is Colgate's offense from what you just had to get ready for last week?
A lot, because you got to defend the quarterback runs against Colgate. Where against Sam Houston State, we disregarded the quarterback runs. He got the one scramble. We're in press coverage, and we got guys running all over the place. We didn't blitz the right gap. That's probably going to be a sack, and we had two guys in a gap, and he just squeezed through there, and then we got guys just all over the field, and he took off. But going into that game, we did not have any interest in defending any quarterback runs. It was all wide receiver stuff and defending the running backs. But this week is almost completely different. You have to defend the running back. I mean the quarterback, or he'll kill you.